This is CabSat TV 2015 right here in Dubai. Joined now by Colin Morrison from Ericsson. Thank you for joining us here on CabSat TV. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Good to have you here. Although I've got to ask the question, why are you here? Because Ericsson is responsible for mobile networks and this is a broadcast show. You can take me out of the dark and put me in the picture on this.
Well, so you're absolutely right. Ericsson has historically been a predominant player and still is a predominant player in mobile network infrastructure. However, as the Internet of Things become a reality, Ericsson is targeting new growth areas, and TV and media is absolutely one of our growth areas that we're focusing on. We're investing very, very heavily in. We're acquiring companies, we're developing our own technologies, and we are in fact the #1 IPTV technology provider in the world. So, for us, being at this show is very, very important. So it's not just about broadcasters, clearly, it's about content creation, content consumption, content delivery, and that's what Ericsson plays in. So that's why we're here.
And I imagine, whilst you obviously have the infrastructure knowledge, the marketplace is changing all the time. I imagine there's some real challenges as the rate of consumption increases across the mobile networks.
Yeah, so really what we're here to talk about is the next generation of TV delivery and consumption. Obviously, consumers' habits are changing dramatically. The way TV is produced and delivered and consumed over the last 5 years is completely different to how it was previously. So it's very important for companies and organizations that wish to deliver their content to consumers that they are able to adapt with the times. We talk about this concept of web speed changes in the market space. Well, that's starting to happen now in the TV delivery and the consumption space. So we have different types of devices people are consuming on, and we want to make sure that we are absolutely leading in this space in terms of innovation, and that's why we're here to have a message about cloud delivery systems, how we manage those for us providing partners, how we partner with content creators, what metadata do we need, how do we manage all of that, what's consumers' viewing habits, how do we manage the massive data analytics around all of those kind of aspects.
And I know that during the speech and the panel discussion, one of the key things that you're going to be talking about is the discovery of that content. Okay, it's there on the network. How do businesses overcome that challenge?
Well, the key thing is to know your consumer, so to make the consumption of content intuitive. If I'm a consumer, why would I choose content provider A, B or C? Now, it has to be sticky, so that means they have to provide a value add to me. If I log on to this system, I want it to be simple for me to find what I want. I want people to make proposals to me, so the technologies behind that, the data analytics, understanding the profiling of my consumers, those are the things that are really going to make the big differences moving forward. Yes, content is being created in ways that is relevant to multiple types of screens. Interactivity is very much a big part of new types of show formats, etc. We've seen that years ago with the start of Big Brother. Now it's very prevalent these days. So we need to make sure that the consumers can be engaged, but have a way of finding what they want and buying what they want as well. Because if we can't monetize all of these services, then frankly all this investment is going to be a little bit for nothing.
That's true. We hear talk a lot about the second screen, and really that is where the mobile infrastructure comes into its own, isn't it?
Yes, the ability to deliver things using adaptive bit-based streaming, for instance, and also not forgetting the digital rights management technologies, making sure the content is secured right the way to the point of consumption, that it's safe, that I as a content creator am going to be confident that I'm going to get my rewards for my efforts of creating that content and making it available on these systems.
So that's where we are now, and as you were saying, we talk about web speed, but really that is just the speed it is now. Looking to the future, what do you think is going to be happening in this particular network?
So we're seeing the virtualization of services, so moving things into the cloud, making it possible for content creators, content owners and service providers not to invest in heavy infrastructure that have to write off over years and it takes ages to integrate and install, but actually software-based virtualized services driven from the cloud, managed by companies like ourselves, making sure that we can adapt at these web speeds for the market challenges and changes that are happening.
And of course, people, we've spoken to various delegates here over the few days. They are very much of the opinion if someone cannot get online and access content, they will just go to something else.
Absolutely. People have so many choices today of finding and getting content that they want, when they want it, where they want it, how they want it, on the device they want it. And if you're not able to do that, then you're not going to be relevant.
It's all about being relevant. And Colin Morrison, thank you for a very insightful discussion.